Welcome to the Weekly Economic Snapshot. Today, we'll look at some data about some of the smaller municipalities in the Pikes Peak region: Fountain, Manitou Springs, Monument, and Woodland Park. Of these communities, Fountain is the most populous, and Monument had the fastest population growth in the decade to 2024, according to the State Demography Office. Fountain and Woodland Park also grew, but not quite as fast as the region overall, and Manitou saw a slight population decline. One of my favorite data resources is the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey. This survey is done every year, but for smaller communities, the sample in any one year is too small, so the results are reported over a 5-year window. The latest update is based on surveys conducted in the years 2020 through 2024. The Pikes Peak region, El Paso and Teller counties, is quite prosperous, with a median household income about 12% above the national median. Monument and Woodland Park incomes are even higher, and while incomes in Fountain and Manitou Springs are below the regional median, they are still above the national median. A primary reason for high incomes here is the high level of educational attainment in the region's population. The share of people aged 25 and over with at least a bachelor's degree is higher than the national figure in Woodland Park, Manitou, and Monument, and just a touch lower in Fountain. The region's population is younger than the U.S. population overall, though the median ages in Manitou and Woodland Park are somewhat higher. Fountain is particularly young. Fountain also has a very high share of its population in the armed forces, which is not surprising given its proximity to Fort Carson and Peterson. The significant presence of the military is one reason why the region has a large share of people who lived in another state a year ago. Monument, with its very fast growth, also has a large proportion of recent out-of-state arrivals. The region also stands out for the high share of veterans in our civilian population 18 and over, with all 4 of these municipalities having a higher share of veterans than the national population. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.